It's a bass, yeah? Nice, bro.
Swam up that.
God, that's alright, bro. That's a decent bass, bro. Oh, right, welcome back, people. Out tonight fishing again. Me and Owen have come out. We've made the long, brave trek down to Whale Chine, or Chale, as some people will know it by, but I think the real name's Whale Chine. I call it Chale, but nevertheless, we made the long trek down here. What am I doing? Put it like this. We've made the long trek down. Tonight is the night I finally get a ray. I've probably gone on 4 or 5 sessions this year, literally just targeting rays. And so far, all I've managed to do is catch smoothhounds, which, don't get me wrong, is great fun. But there's something so satisfying about catching a ray. They just seem so elusive, and it's always the way when you really want to catch a species and you go out targeting the species, you never get them. But I bet if I went bass fishing down Chale, I'd pull out rays. It's just one of those things, like when you're trying to hunt a species, it just never ever seems to happen. It always happens by pure chance when you're not expecting it. So tonight I'm expecting it. It's a perfect tide. We're working with a tide at 11:30. So that, in my opinion, is a perfect tide to fish here. We can fish it up all the way till 11:30, and then we can fish it down till maybe 1 o'clock if we're feeling it. A bit later. None of us have work tomorrow. Tonight's a Friday night, so none of us have work tomorrow. If we want to, we can fish it for as long as we want, but obviously we don't want to be absolutely knackered tomorrow. So, but yeah, that's the plan. Rays, very good chance for a bass, good chance for conger. I couldn't have any better bait. I've been out today on my mate AJ's boat, and we've caught loads of fresh mackerel. So tonight I've got half a dozen mackerel, and I've also got, I think, 4 or 5 scad as well. So me and Owen are basically just going to be using that. And a few of them we might just lash a little bit of squid down the side of it just to make it a bit better. But other than that, no sand eels, no bluey, no nothing. So tonight we're just using baits that I've got myself, which will be even more rewarding, to be fair, if we do actually end up getting something. It's a beautiful evening, man. It was supposed to be 15 knot winds blowing in our face, but actually it's more sort of quartering over our right hand shoulder, and it's nowhere near 15 knots. So I mean, I'm very happy about that. It is dropping off later anyway, but it was supposed to be very windy, so that's a good result. I'll show you what rigs I'm going to be using tonight. Normally I'd always start off with a distance rig and a 2-hook flapper of some sort. But tonight, where I've already got bait, normally what I'm doing is I'm using a 2-hook flapper to try and catch a pout or something like that I can use for fresh bait. But where I've already got really, really fresh bait, I'm not even going to bother. So tonight, I'm just going to use, this is what an up and over rig that I made. So the way the rig works is the whole rig body is, I don't know, maybe 2.5 foot long. Comes up here to a clip. And the hook length comes back down to a shield and clips in. So it's a really, really compact trace designed for distance casting. And then when it hits the water, bait shield will slide up, hook length will come out, and then you've got a really, really big long hook length that's just free flowing around on the seabed. Obviously, the way it's designed is so that this swivel can fully rotate all the way around, avoiding any tangles. So it's best to use when there's a little bit of tide. You don't really want to use it when there's no tide, otherwise you'll find it'll all just be in a big ball like that on the seabed, and before you know it, all of your snood is tied up in all of your grippers. But I am going to start with grippers tonight because, as you can see behind me, there's a bit of a swell rolling, and even out sort of where my line's going to be laying through the water, there's still a bit of a swell out there as well. It's not just on the shore. So I am going to start with grips, and then hopefully as this tide comes up a bit more, the swell should be in a bit closer and I'll be able to get my lines out over those breakers, and then I'll switch over to plain leads, because to be honest with you, I prefer to fish plain leads everywhere if I can. And where we are tonight in Chale isn't really that much of a tidal bay, so plain leads should be all right. Right, so I've just made up a couple of little baits. I'll show you how I'll do this in a second, but I'm starting with a little squid and mackerel combo. This is some of that brand new mackerel, brand new, what am I on about? Some of that fresh mackerel that I caught earlier. So I'm just going to bait this up. And this up and over. God, mate, there's so much juice coming out of it. It's proper dirty. So Just get my hooks. I've got, these are Frio Cox and Rules. I think they're called an uptide hook, but I buy them because they've got really thick sort of shanks in them. They're really quite sort of a, as weird as it sounds, quite a thick set hook. Some hooks have got quite like flimsy little shanks in them, whereas these are actually like really, really robustly made. I'm not sure if they're any stronger or they just look it, but I really like them. All I'm doing is I'm just nicked it through like I always do. Just going to go around the knot, all around the hook eye, and then all the way down to sort of where that curve of the hook starts to come out the bait, and then snap it off. I'm just going to get the pennel hook, wherever that is. Slide that all the way down. And some people use a little bit of tube to stop their pennel hook, but I just wrap it, I can't lie to you. I'm just going to hook that pennel hook straight up through the top. So the way I always do it is I have one coming up through the top like that, and then one coming up through the side. Just sort of cover both angles. Keeps it nice and tight like that. And all you've got to do is, if I can reach it, Jesus. Up and over that clip, hence the name of the rig. Oh my God, come on. Go like that. All the way down to the bait shield. Clip that into the bait shield, pull it down to tension like that, and then your rig will hold in. As soon as this rig hits the water, this bait shield will pop up, the hook length will come out, and then you've got a nice long flowing hook length that's fishing, giving it a nice bit of stack, a little bit of movement in the tide. If a fish picks it up, it's not going to feel too much tension within the trace. All around, it's just a very, very good trace. Long hook length on it, and it's good for distance casting. It clips down, it's all very streamlined. Just got to make sure that I cut these tags off here because there is a bit of weed in the water at the minute. Hopefully it's just in the surf here and it's not out deep, but I'm going to get my rods up nice and high so that I can pick up as little as possible. But yeah, that's the first bait. That's how the rig looks when it's all clipped down. Smash this one out, and then the other one I'll just drop in a little bit closer, and hopefully we'll find where the fish are. Cool. So just while the sun's about to go down, while I've got a little bit of natural light left, I'll just show you quick how I prep one of these baits that I showed you earlier that I'd already done. So all you want to do is, I've got a little bait needle, a little tube. You just want to run it sort of like this through the skin of the squid, or just sort of like a few times through it like that. You get your mackerel, slide it up on there, and the way I do it is I always try and elastic the squid to the flesh side of the mackerel, so that obviously that's the bit that's soft, that's the bit that's going to come off the hook first, if that makes sense. So I always do the squid to the bit of mackerel, and then get your bait elastic, and when you do it you just want to make sure that that squid stays on the inside, and then once you've done that first bit you can just lash it on like this, and that squid's to the back side of it lovely and it's covering all the flesh, and then this side is all beautiful mackerel skin. I guess that sort of does help as a bit of an attractant as well, apart from the fact that it's a mass amount of scent, but I suppose there can't really be a negative to it. So that's how I do it, like that. Lash it on there, and then all you've got to do is just slide it off, and you've got a bait prepped, ready to just go straight onto a hook. And I've just got this one as a little spare rig that I'm going to have on my my little hook on the bottom of my stand for when I want to cast it out. Compact little trace, lovely little sort of slim fin bait, loads of scent in there with the fresh mackerel and the squid. And when you're targeting rays, you don't really want to use too big of hooks, and you also want to use sort of long and thin baits, really. A lot easier to get in their mouths. Their mouths are, they can open quite wide, but they're more of like a narrow slit, long way. So if you've got a big bulky bait, it's a lot harder for them to get it in the mouth. If it's a long, thin, skinny bait like that, you can fit 2 hooks in comfortably. It's much better for targeting rays like that. It's getting a bit nippy actually. Sun's just disappeared behind Tennyson's over there now, so I'll give this bait on this little rod a little bit longer, and then I might change it over to an earth bar and flick out a mackerel head or a big bulky bait for a bass or something. It's getting to that time where Mr. Billy Bass is going to start roaming around. We'll let that bait soak for a little longer and then we'll see where we're at. I've just been going through. I'm prepping like my bait stuff and that, what I always do at the beginning. I'm not sure how well you can see this, but these mackerel are so fresh. Look at the colours on them. I caught these earlier. Me and my mate AJ went out on his boat, and we had a great day, to be fair. I had loads of mackerel, some scad, we had bream, up to almost £2, bass up to 3.5-ish pounds, and all of that bait is what I brought down here tonight. So, I mean, theoretically, it's a very good tide. We've got perfect bait. You can't get better bait than that. So we're using scad and the mackerel. The tide is at a really good time. We're at a venue that fishes very well this time of year, normally anyway. So fingers crossed something good happens. The sun's gone 20 minutes ago. It's starting to get a little bit darker now. I'm just going to bring this in a second, do the first bait change. And yeah, hopefully something happens. I have got high hopes, to be fair. Fucking strap eel, eh? You little bastard. How long's he been on there for? First one of the night. Piss take. I thought there was going to be a few of these around. There we go, boys. Yeah. I was looking at this one bouncing a minute ago thinking it looked like a fish. Right, so I'm pretty sure this little bugger, wow, this little slippy bugger, I'm pretty sure he's been on here for a while. I was looking at it for the last 5 minutes, sort of seeing it bouncing around and that, and I was thinking to myself, that looks like there's a fish on there, but it's a plain lead, so I wasn't too sure. Luckily, it is this guy's absolute luckiest day of his whole life, because he's about to get thrown back, so I've got so much fresh bait. Whereas normally, this would be getting slung out right now for an undulate, but it's the luckiest day of his life, so he's actually going to get thrown back. Right, so far I'm not doing too bad. I've had 2 straps and a pout, and Owen's had a strap. Only just turned 10 o'clock. We're into the last hour of the flood now, so theoretically, the last hour of the flood and the first of the ebb is when something would happen, if it's going to happen. A few fish on the feed, which is good news. Just hope that by the end of this we can either wingle out like a half decent bass or a ray. I'll be made up with a ray, even if it's like £2-3, I'll be happy with it. Just haven't had one for so long, like I'm gagging for it. What you got? Feels alright. It might be a ray, bro. Nice, bro. Nice painted. Get in. There we go, bro. Right, so I just stood over here looking at my rods, and Owen got a big flat liner. He reeled into it and he hooked himself a nice little ray. Beautiful little painted. Not a bad one. How big do you reckon? Should we get a little weight on him or what? I reckon he's £4, £4.5 maybe. You thought you had a bite on the other one at the same time? I'll be made up with that, bro. Do you want to get a weight on him?
Yeah, that's good.
He's not very big, so we'll just do a quick one in the mouth. If he was a bit bigger, then we'd use a sling, but... £5 basically on the dot.
Yeah, not bad then.
Lovely.
Nice one.
Beautiful little ray. Fuck, I'll go send him back.
Sound, bro.
Hopefully there's a few more. Finally, that's what we come for, man. Hopefully there's a few more around. There you are. 498, so basically 5 on the dot. Hopefully there's a couple more, man. I'm gagging to get one, man. I really am. I hope I can get one. Right, so I've decided that I'm going to add a little Bagnall bar into the mix now, so I'm going to be sort of rotating between the traces that I was using before, the up and overs, and then every now and then I'm just going to have a Bagnall bar and I'm going to buzz that out. These things are wicked for getting mad distance. They're also compact. The whole trace is within like 20 centimeters. I think this is a 20 centimeter bar, so the whole rig body, if you want to call it that, it's basically just a metal bar. Everything clips down to that and you can just absolutely belt it. So I'm gonna have a go at that. See if a little bit of extra distance will help me. You don't get much more, to be fair, but everything helps. Last time I cast one of these down there, I cracked it off, so. Both cars. Yeah, both of them. Both look like straps. Don't know what this is. A little bit of weight there. Oh, that fucking water getting dangerously high. Give me a little bit of a fight now. It's in the surf. Don't know what it is. Something on here, oh. Don't know what it is. It's giving me little head shakes and that. It's a bass, yeah? Nice, bro.
It swam up that.
God, that's alright, bro. That's a decent bass, bro. Mate, that's worth it.
Lovely, bro. Well then.
That's pucker.
What was that on? Scad or?
Yeah, no. Small mackerel and squid. There we go, bro. It was worth the walk. God. Right. God. There we go. Do you mind coming in and shining your light on me, though?
Yeah, man.
Just so I can get a good... Whew. There we go. Beauty of a bass. I reckon that's probably not far off £4. Proper nice little chunk. So I want to put this one back. I'm not going to take him home. Oh. But 4.5 pound there. Not sure if you can see that clearly, but we'll get this sucker back. That is a beauty, bro. Come on. Gosh. Yeah, take a photo on your phone for me, will you? Right, let's go get this girl back. Right, well there we are, ladies and gentlemen. Finally, I've got a good bass from the beach. It's taken me long enough. I even went bass fishing the other day and didn't get a good one from the beach, but I'm made up with that. £4.5. I reckon there's another fish on this other rod here, so I'm just going to fling this one out here and then reel that other one in and check that other one. It's literally almost bang on top of the tide. This one fell to the old Bagnall bar setup which I just showed you. I'm just going to unclip that and then clip on this other trace and belt it out. Try and keep these baits going in thick and fast while the fish are on the feed. This last push of the tide's just doing that last push it does before it slackens off. It's starting to really come in now. Feel alright? That's a ray. Little spot, little painted.
I thought I was another bass for a minute.
There you go. Yes, boy, the fishing's on now, bro.
Nice. That's on the scat, that was.
What was it?
Actually, no, it might have been back in.
Tell you what, the fishing's kicking off a bit now. I've just had a bass. Owen's had another bite, he's just struck into it, he's just had another painted. Only a small one, but beautiful nonetheless. Yeah, I'll give us a little show. That's a pretty one, that is, look at that. Lovely little one. Yeah, this light seems better for it, I don't know why.
Yeah, it does. It's less harsh.
Yeah, man, that's a nice little painted there. Couple of pound, didn't he?
Yeah.
Beauty.
Sweet, huh?
I can't even get time to prep a bait right now. Like every single time I go to prep a bait, I'm getting bites. Like, I prepped loads of baits up earlier, like I always do, and now I've used them all because the fish came on for a bit. I haven't even left. I can't even. I've literally just tried to cut a scad then, and I'm getting bite again straight away. Alright, so I'm just going to change tactics on this one rod because I am getting stripped a little bit by something small out here. I'm not sure exactly what it is, but I'm going to go down and I'm going to fish like I do in a lot of my videos. I'm going to fish an earth bar on a 5-ounce gripper and about 4 foot of 40-pound mono, and then I've got one of these smaller mackerel heads on just on a 5.0 J hook. I'm just going to chuck that out just in this surf and let it roll around. Hopefully we'll pick up another bass. I mean, it's quite funny earlier. The bass that we picked up was doing the complete opposite tactics to what I'd normally do for a bass. It was on a Bagnall bar, cast it out as far as I could cast it. So, I mean, as a rule, when you're fishing chale or rocking ends, you just drop it into the trough, which is like 20, 30 yards out, and let it roll around. But I did the polar opposite, and I basically was doing a ray tactic and ended up with a bass. But, I mean, we take those all day. Now, let's do a bass tactic, see if we can get bass. Cool, right, so time's now 11:30. Fishing slowed down the last sort of 15 minutes, but it did go stupid over the high water. That last little push of the flood tide, then going onto the slack, it was stupid for a minute. I had a bass, Owen had a ray, a couple of straps, getting bites all the time, like putting baits in, getting stripped straight away, so there must have been a load of little pout out there or something, but obviously we're only fishing big baits now. But we've got a fair amount of bait left. We're probably going to give it another hour and a half, I expect, just to see if we can get anything else half decent out of it. I think this is the first of the ebb tide now. So we'll see what these first hour or two of the ebb say, and then we'll evaluate where we are from there. But so far it's been a banging night. First decent bass I've had in, well, this is my best bass of the year, 100%. I only really started fighting like when I got 20 yards in from the beach. When I hooked it out far, it felt like there was a bit of weight, but it didn't really do anything. Like, It's on the Mac head. I've caught my other line, I think, somehow. It's right, just worry about landing this fish, bro. I don't know where I am with this, I'll be honest with you. Land that fish, brother. It's down there. It's in this tide. Is that an eel? Get that bass in, boy! That's what I'm talking about, brother.
That's 4.5.
Cool. There we are. Another one. A little bit smaller than the last one, I'd say, but he's a good £3. Look at that. I literally just tossed out a mackerel and let it rolling around in there, but it kept moving around in the tide. The tide was moving it around loads because the ebb tide's pissing through right now. And I thought, oh no, I'll just leave it there anyway, because wherever it's going to end up is where the fish are going to be. And there we go. Another bass, another decent bass as well. Couldn't be happier with that. Fucker. Man, I was literally stood there thinking to myself, it's gone real quiet, like we were having loads and loads of bites and then all of a sudden it just stopped. I said to Owen, maybe there's a big conger or something out there, like, and all the pout have gone off the feed or something, but maybe it's just a few of them knocking around. Either way, we take those all day. I'm well chuffed with that. 2 decent bass in one night. That don't happen a lot for me. On the mackerel head as well, that one was. I'm gonna have to sort my line out because I winched that in. I had to try and catch up with him. I got lucky there then. I literally just turned the camera off. Thought I'll give the GoPro a little bit of rest because sometimes it gets a little bit hot and overheats. So I turned it off and then literally 10 seconds later, the rod just went round like that and started going. And as I run to the rods, I managed to click it on. If I'd have missed the click, then you wouldn't have seen any of that and you would have just seen the fish at the end. But luckily I managed to just grab it. So what I've done there is I've just got another mackerel head, put it straight through the exact same way I showed you, and I just chucked it out in that same spot. Hopefully another one will come along. The only thing that can make this better, this night better, is a ray or a big bass. Like something £6 or over. And this night would just be absolutely topped. Proper made up. Earlier when I was speaking to Owen about where do we want to go in that, he said he wants to go Aberfield. And I was like, to be honest mate, every single thing in my body is telling us to go Chale. And he was like, fuck it, let's go then. So we went and it's paid off. A couple of nice bass. He's had a couple of little rays. One of them was a nice ray, like 4.5, £5. So like a couple of nice fish coming out. I would have been made up if I caught the tiny ray, to be honest with you. For some reason, the rays are just avoiding me, man. But to be fair, I'll keep catching bass like this all night, I don't care. I'll stay till we ain't got any bait. So me and Owen said that this is going to be the last cast. The time is now 5 to 1 in the morning. We've been here since about 7:30 and set up. So a fair session of fishing, to be honest. Overall, it's been such a good night. The only thing that would have made it better was a ray. But other than that, I literally can't moan one bit. I've caught the nicest bass that I've had from the beach for this whole year. And I've been fishing basically every week since February, so I mean, that's quite a lot of sessions. Owen's had a couple of rays, one of them nice one small one. I think we've probably had half a dozen straps. We've had a pout each. What else? I think that's everything actually. But yeah, banging night. Surprised to actually get a ray that was a bass that was half decent. Overall, quality night, man. It was worth the trek down here. I'm not sure if most of you have been down here or not, but the walk down to Whale Chine is not an easy walk. You've got to be like a fucking mountain goat to get down there, really. And even then, it isn't safe, I'll be honest with you. If you're not really sure about how you are physically, like if you're not a healthy person and you haven't got, I don't know, healthy limbs or whatever, I would definitely not recommend it. I will not be doing it in 10 or 15 years time, put it that way, when I'm getting on with it. Since I had that bass, we haven't really had anything since then. That was about 45 minutes ago, I'd say. Maybe 45 minutes ago. So it's pretty much gone dead. No bites either, really. So I think it's a good time to pack up. The best time of the tide is exactly when you would expect it to be. It was, and at the last hour of the flood, and then just going into the slack. Because we basically had all of the fish. But yeah, time to knock it on the head. Pack these rods up in a sec. So if you did enjoy the video, drop us a like. If you're new around here, drop a sub. Thanks for all the support on the last few videos, it's been really good. I've had quite a few subs that I wasn't really expecting. I was out on the boat fishing today, so I've got a boat fishing video coming, and I also went mulleting down the harbour the other day and caught a mullet on like a tiny little telescopic rod, and it was like almost £4. It went absolutely mental on it, so hopefully that should make quite a cool little video as well. But yeah, thanks for watching, appreciate the view, and I'll catch you on the next one. Cheers. As soon as I get the fucking strap now. I think I'm into something here, oh. So I think I'm into something here. This might be a ray. It feels like one. If this is a ray, bro, I'll be so happy. I'm actually going to walk down here. It's just nodding away in there.
It's still far out.
Yeah, it might be a conger, you know. It feels like a conger or a ray. It's just doing like deep nods. It's a ray.
It is a ray. Right,
Come on, you little fucker. Bring him in, boy. Bring him in, boy. Yes, man. Fucking finally. Jesus Christ. Is that a big ungee? Yeah. Come on. Oi, scrap that fucking intro now. Scrap the fucking intro. Swear warning, ladies and gentlemen at home. Swear warning. Wow. That's what I'm talking about, bro. That's right, mate, I am fucking made up with that. I tell you, you're gonna have to come over and spot me up, bro.
hold on.
Yes, boys and girls, this is what I have wanted for a long time. I have been waiting weeks for this moment. I had a tiny little bite going, and then out of nowhere, I thought I'd just leave it while I'm packing up. So I left it and left it and left it. And this big old male undulate has just come along and snuffed it up. I am made up with that, I tell you. The reason you can tell he's a male because of these claspers at the back here. These are basically ray bollocks. But that is a pucker skate there. I'm well happy with that. Should we get a weight of him? I reckon he's almost.
You've got to finish him off, mate. You can't tempt him like that.
You got a what?
You can win like that and not finish him off.
What do you mean on his balls? Oh my god, mate, that is such a weight off my shoulders, bro. I've been wanting a ray for so long. Right, I'm gonna have to put this one in a bag because, mate, this Sports Direct bag has seen some fish this year, let me tell you. Yeah? Is it zeroed, yeah? That says 9.7, but I do think he's a bit bigger than that. I'm just going to tear it and see what it says again.
Put a few stones in the bag.
No, he is.
What, 9?
9.6. We take that all day, boy. Hey, up, I've got rid of me lamp. 9.6, I'm not sure if you can see that. Man, I'm so happy about that. Finally, man. I've been trying to catch a skate for like, I don't even know how many weeks now, but it's been a fucking long time. Yeah, man, 100%. Rod going?
Yeah. Take on this, I'll send it.
There we go. That's what we come here for, boys and girls. A big old ungee. Lovely one. I'll try and get back here a bit more so you can see it all in the frame. That's what we come here for. Almost a double. Have you got a good photo of that though? Yeah, Parker, that's a good pick. There we are. We'll go get this big girl back. I am fucking made up with that, let me tell you. Put her here. This next big wave that comes in will take it. Try and push it down the beach a little bit. Go on then, pal, off you go. Whoa, wet willies. And he's gone. Man, I am fucking made up with that. I can't tell you how happy I am. I've been trying and trying and trying to catch one. Poor Owen, he's never had an ungulate from the beach. I wish he'd have caught that and I'd have caught one of the painted, to be honest, but I'm so happy with that, honestly. I've been trying and trying and trying. And finally, literally last class hurrah, literally just done my outro. And the bite was going as I was doing my outro, and I thought, oh, fuck it, I'll just leave it going because it's probably just a strap or something like that that's going to pester me. So I thought, oh, fuck it, I'll just leave it, whatever. And then, as it was going, and then all of a sudden it started to get a little bit more, it was just like a little tap like that, and I thought, oh, fuck it. And then it just started to get a little bit more, and I thought, oh, do you know what, this is just getting struck. I think I even said it when I picked the rod up, I said, oh, fuck this is getting hit. And as I hit into it, it just felt like a dead weight, and it was just giving like the classic sort of ray sort of thuds, which is like just what it flapping its wings. I could just feel it like that, and sometimes congers do something similar. So I thought it might be either a ray or a conger, and it was ungulate. It was almost £10. So honest to God, I'm so happy. If you can't drop a sub for that, people, what more do you want from me? 2 good bass and an ungulate in one session. Help a brother out, 500 subs. I think I'm about 10 off or something like that. And that was supposed to be the outro, but I think we're having another cast, to be honest with you. Cool, so after I've caught that, we decided we're going to have one more cast, funnily enough. Like I said, Owen's not had an ungulate before, so if there's a few of them kicking around, it might be worth staying just a little bit longer. I think we've still got, I've got half a scad down there, Owen's still got 1 full scad, so we've got a few baits there. If we just stay for an extra half an hour and then drown them, we might have a chance of picking up another. I really wasn't expecting to catch that. I thought the time had gone. when Owen had those couple of painteds earlier and then I didn't have anything, I thought, right, okay, well, at least we got the target species. But magic. I'm so happy, man. Yeah? Nah, that's a fish, bro. What is that, bro? That's a big ray. Come on, boy. Either that or it might be a blonde. Come on, bro. Just keep the tension on it. Don't pump it too much, just take your time. How close is it? Yeah? I'm going to go down and get it. Just don't pull it too much, just surf it in. Yeah, it's a ray. Oh yeah, bro. Oh yeah. Yeah. Come on, bro. Yes, man. That's what I'm talking about, bro. That's a nice one as well. Is that the same one I just caught, bro, or what? Mate. On a...
Mate, I'm not gonna lie, it might be a little bit bigger.
Do you reckon? We'll get the scales on it. Yeah, mate, I'm so happy you caught a lungeback. Come on, bro.
That's quite nice.
Right. Let's have a hold up then, Shag. Stand over here. Oh, there we go. Turn yours off. It's a nice one, that is. There we go. That's quite big. Lovely, that's your first one, isn't it? Yeah. How does it feel to lose your virginity? Beautiful. That's not the same one as mine either, because look, my one didn't have this bit here. As far as I know, anyway.
It's a bit darker as well.
Yeah.
Not bad.
Right, let's get him in here. Cool. I mean, it's a bit daunting, isn't it, when you have a look at it like this? What's the guesstimates? Do you reckon it's a double or not?
Yeah, I reckon it is. I reckon it's just a...
Oh, I don't know.
It's misleading, isn't it?
I don't think that's 10, I'll be honest. I reckon that's like 8.5. Oh, it's so close to 10, bro. 9.9.
No,
I'm going to weigh it again just out of respect for who you are. Right, with Ted.
Bless.
9.8. 9.85, so what's that? £9, 14 ounces, something like that? Yeah, it's
not far.
Oh, mate, it's about one good meal away from...
scraped it along the shingle a bit more.
It's about one good meal away from being a double figure, bro, I'll be honest with you. Come on, boy. First undulate for the boy.
Mate, I fucking knew. Do that first bite.
Yeah.
I'm giving a rough. Love it. What's that? I'll just start.
Might have been the same one. Just laying down here, this next wave will take him. I'll give him a little helping hand. Oh my God, no thank you. Oh, wet willies. Where is he? Here he is. See you later, pal. Come on.
You not got them pictures yet?
I might do. Mate, that absolutely shits all over that other session. Right, fuck it. I'm going home. Like, comment, subscribe, all that good shit. Thank you very much. See you in a bit.